Not switching back to Weather 1 just yet because the live picture is up in southern Madison County there, looking at that. Look at that, basically that wall cloud trailing down there, and it looks like.
Oh no.
The National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Tippah County in northeastern Mississippi, central Benton County in northeastern Mississippi, northwestern Alcorn County in northeastern Mississippi, Hardeman County in West Tennessee, western McNairy County in West Tennessee, south central Madison County in West Tennessee, southwestern Chester County in West Tennessee, until 5:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 4:32 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Grovestown, or 8 miles northwest of Ripley, moving north at 65 miles per hour. Hazard.
Why is he talking about thunderstorms when we've got a freaking tornado over us?
Indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Collegiate, Snow Lake Shores, Murray, Brody, Pine Top, Massaville, New Canaan, Uptonville, Fullerton, Hickory Corners, Bethel, Typlersville, Rogers Springs, Hornsby, Lisbon, Woodville, Essery Springs, Brownfield, Deanburg, and Montezuma. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until midnight Central Daylight Time for northeastern and northwestern Mississippi and West Tennessee. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Mississippi: Alcorn, Benton, and Tippah, and the following counties in Tennessee: Chester, Hardeman, Madison, and McNairy.
County. But we're continuing to watch this tornado warning, and this information here, and that's just a severe thunderstorm warning. Don't let your guard down. This is important stuff, that we're trying to, send out to the public here, and we're watching it as it's happening and unfolding, and I want you all to stick with us as best as you can. But some of the storm activity, especially here downtown Jackson, we continue to see that rotation marker right there. You see that there on the radar there in downtown Jackson. I'm going to switch this one over to the velocity there, and it's about in a radar ring where we can't see that. Let's bump this up a little bit. I may even have to give this a little tilt here so it can get up above the horizon. So if you look at this real close, you see a little bit of the darker area right here, and here's a little bit of the this would be Westover, Bemis, Jackson, still basically the same kind of area here. If you're in Beach Bluff or Oakfield and all the communities out Highway 70 here from Oakfield up to Cedar Grove over to Lexington along Interstate 40 all the way to Henderson County, folks, get in your shelter right now. We're still showing some pretty good size hail here. 1.5 inches is pretty good size for any storm, but you definitely don't want to be caught outside in it. Now, a tornado warning. Go ahead, Mike.
Brian, I don't know if you've been able to bring that up or not. I think the tornado warning was allowed to expire. That's the one that was affecting just south of Dyersburg, the one for Dyer County, the one that came out of Covington over towards Brownsville. I believe that polygon has gone away, so you may want to check and see if that tornado warning has expired. But the one for Jackson is still in effect. That is in effect until about 5 o'clock. And it is still radar indicated. There was a report earlier that there was a touchdown around the Bemis area.
Oh, dear God.
And again, we're going to keep getting reports on that. Kiefer Ingalls is going to be standing by checking our Facebook messages, our Facebook posts. For folks who are going to send in messages on there, if you would like to, folks, follow us on Facebook at talkinwesttn.com, and you can leave a message there if you have any damage. If you've seen anything, please let us know about that.
Oh my God, I wish I could get out of here and go see on TV what's going on. I may go. It may be headed away from this area now. I can't get internet or anything inside the storm shelter. It's a Faraday cage, and it won't allow me to send texts or anything.
If you roll it back just a little bit, you can clearly see that, those things were, that one over there was dying down, losing some of its wind. But again, don't let your guard down on these things, because these things can cycle their energy in 20, 25, 30 minutes and become another cell that could produce some, pretty nasty stuff here. But so don't, go ahead.
Even when these things get out of here, just the ones we're talking about right now, and again, there is a tornado warning, and again, that is for Madison County, the Jackson area. It was a confirmed tornado around Bemis that has now moved out towards the Oakfield area. It's got to be moving up along the area of I-40, traveling between Jackson and Lexington. So if you're going to be on I-40, maybe 412.
So it's out of this area?
Off towards Lexington from there, you're going to run into this storm as well, so keep that in mind. But I was
should
looking
go inside.
south as well, Brian, and there is another tornado warning that has been issued that is coming out of North Mississippi that is making a beeline for West Tennessee. A bunch of storms still coming out of North Mississippi. So this is just the beginning. This is going to be going on for quite a while.
Right, and we're still on this Madison County tornado warning again, folks. In Carroll County and up through the Clarksburg community, we still see some pretty good wind associated with this storm and wrapping a little bit. And right now, if you're watching on the radar there, it would put that right over I-40 at the bypass. So Union University, Sam's Club, and this area here. The latest information I have from the National Weather Service, there's a lot of people out there, and if they see something, they're going to call 911 and they're going to report this and get the information out to us, most Ricky Tick. But from what we see here, there hasn't been an update in 10 minutes from the National Weather Service on that particular storm cell. And I'm sure they're reaching out and trying to grab all the information that they can. But what we currently see, and I'll tell you what, from my best view that I can tell you here, there's some really strong winds still associated with this rotating thunderstorm cell, which is tornado warned. That would put it over North Highland Avenue right now, and Gilmore, and the parallel roads here, 45, Old 45 and New 45, and in the Carroll community up here out north, Oakfield, Young's Crossing, up there. And I mean, there's plenty of plenty of stuff going on in this area. Still strong wind that's circulating right here. And I was
it looks like it's right around the Sportsplex in that area right now, about to cross over I-40. If I'm looking at the right signature here, so anywhere along I-40, it's basically along that I-40 corridor up to around where Highway 412 intersects with I-40 going towards Lexington.
Yeah, it's right here, and that's a bad place to be this time of the day. A tornado, as far as that goes, and you being in the line of a tornado, that's center of rotation. Exactly what Mike said right there is over this area here, the Sportsplex area at 45 bypass and Interstate 40. Just to reiterate what he said there, but I want to give a little more information here that they still haven't updated the information that we actually need to have, which is what is going on with this severe thunderstorm cell that we're tracking right now. And basically what you can tell by looking at radar, it's still spinning. It's still spinning.
Oh, dear God.
And it's over this particular area. Between Oakfield, get ready, folks out here in this area. If you are in Allwell Road community right now, Ashport Road, Interstate 40, anywhere from Interstate 40 all
Why is
the
it
way
going
up
toward that
to-
direction? I thought he said it was going toward Beach Bluff.
If you're all the way up to three-way community up there, you need to be in your shelter now.
Is it another
You
one?
need to be in your shelter now. This storm had a history of producing a tornado. It was reported by the emergency. It was reported by the public. This one was, and clearly it was on radar at that time. So, and we're going to get an update on this here. There is still some stuff kind of being tossed around in the air. There's nothing that is a definite, like what you would see in a really severe tornado situation, like what they call a debris ball. That's not.
This is traveling basically on the line of Highway 70 going towards Huntington, up towards Carroll County. So the areas of Spring Creek, Cedar Grove, those areas may be affected by this cell, as well as it's moving to the northeast at 50 miles an hour. It looks almost like it's slowed down a little bit. Let me check this real quick and see if they have updated that to how fast this thing is moving real quick here. Right now, they're still saying moving northeast at 50 miles an hour, so that has not changed. But yeah, that storm itself is basically traveling a line of Highway 70.
It's hailing. How many tornadoes are there?
Depending on the level of tornado, what it actually is, pink is one that has been reported to the National Weather Service.
Oh my God.
Hopefully we won't
Why
see
can't
that
they find
lightning
out what's
show up
going
here
on?
tonight. Fingers crossed, knock on wood and all of that. But what this means is that a tornado was reported with this thunderstorm cell. But it's kind of looking broken just a little bit, Mike. Is if I'm going over here, I'm going to switch over to weather 2 for just a second.
Now, if you look out to the west of this same cell, you've got some pretty good, still some very strong hail cores. One up around the three-way area right now, that's showing a very intense hail core in it. And even down to the west of Jackson, southwest of Jackson, probably not far from the airport, a pretty good size hail core in that one as well. So probably still dumping some pretty good hail and some very heavy rain in those.
Yeah, that one's pretty solid right down there. Mercer, the one you were looking at right there, Mike, we had pulled it up over here. And that one's pretty tough meat right there. There's another one, again, the one that's over the Sportsplex area in Orwell Road right now.
Are they all turning into tornadoes?
Hail. At least that's what the Doppler radar is showing at the moment. Now, this tornado warning, again, folks who are in Madison County, you remain under a tornado warning, and this tornado warning goes until at 5 o'clock. So you have another 15 minutes here as this thing cycles through, and we just have to wait and see what it does at this point. But back over to the other weather picture for just a second. I want to kind of take a look at some of the winds over here. I think we got our best wind picture out of this one right here. The tornado it's still hanging in there, Mike. This would put it at Oakfield now, and Gilmore and Carroll community. So you're looking at these roads of Old Medina Road and Ashport Road and Oakfield and Christmasville Road. Folks who are out here in these areas, Barnes Road, there's some rural farmland out here on the Old Medina Road going to Medina. And, you know where you are and you know where you live out here in these areas, New Deal Road. That's what we're talking about. And if you're right in the center, in the heart of Oakfield, then it's right in your neighborhood. So, folks, get in your shelter. Get in your shelter. Now, I think what we probably would need to do, since this is still showing some pretty good rotating winds, this thing is almost moving. It's moving about 1 o'clock to the north. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. It was almost like it was trying to travel Highway 70 up towards Spring Creek. So
we're going to track this thing. At last we heard it was at 50 miles per hour. So with this moving off to this direction here, we'll just kind of draw us a little polygon and see where this thing goes here. We're looking at
Carroll. By the way, that's a wide storm, too. This isn't don't just think it's going to be on Highway 70 and that's it. We're talking about, like you were talking about, Brian, stretching from Oakfield all the way over to Claybrook, yes. Even over towards Poplar Springs. So this is a very wide storm. Now it's shifted a little bit, Brian, back over towards the east as well. So it's still making a line towards the Huntington area, it looks like, up in Carroll County.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And we're going to take and bounce that one out of there and move this over just a little bit here and try and anticipate the movement of this thing, because where it shows up on the radar is not necessarily what it actually is, because the pictures come in late. They're 3 to 5 minutes late sometimes. Lavinia in 13 minutes. Withhorn in 18, Terry, Howley in 20, Scott Hill and McLemorsville and Tresvant and Leach community all in 25 minutes from now. And also Wingo community in New Zion in 30 minutes, Gerald, Hillard community, Huntington in 33 minutes, and also the report coming here, quarter-size hail at the Jackson Airport that was reported at 4:45 and by one of our spotters here. So that was reported in just now. So that was the quarter-size hail out at the airport out of McKellar Field.
Yeah. That's the one I was talking about just a little while ago when I mentioned that good solid hail core that was down around the airport area that was moving towards the north and east along with that same storm that's producing that radar indicated tornado. The one that was up around 3 weight looks like it may have dissipated somewhat as far as the hail core. But yeah, that's a solid hail core down there that's now crossing I-40 from where the airport is. If you're out there on I-40 going towards the west out of the city of Jackson, yeah, you are going to see a pretty good sized hail core that you're going to run into.
Yep, and I just wanted to kind of pass this information along here. That we did have some stations that were listening in to us a little bit earlier covering some of this activity, and you know what, we'll pass it along to anybody who's going to listen to us, because at this moment that, you know, the Storm Prediction Center gave us warnings, you know, as early as yesterday, that today was probably going to be a premier event for this area. And when they put those, you know, outlooks out this morning early on and gave us the high risk area, you know, we know we have to be on our toes in a situation like this. So here we are, and it's that time of the day, and it's this time all of this is supposed to be coming through. Now, they said between 3 and 8, I think all of this activity is supposed to be passing through here. So far, right, we only have one tornado warning in addition to the one at least anywhere in the area, and that's the one in North Mississippi right now. We're still seeing quite a bit of wind in this particular thunderstorm. I'm going to click over to this 3-way camera, which
now while you do that, I'm going to let folks know there are still some other severe thunderstorm warnings out there. We haven't really mentioned those.
How you dropped out there for a second.
Up towards the Huntington area in Carroll County, but there's some severe thunderstorm warnings. One down around coming out of Hernando, Mississippi, up into Shelby and part of Fayette County, and then there's another big polygon that is in Hardeman and McNairy and also Chester County. That's a severe thunderstorm warning there, and another polygon with a severe thunderstorm warning that covers the city of Savannah.
Yeah. They're kind of panning around looking for some activity over there right now.
In North Mississippi, too, right now.
Gotcha. Okay, let's see here. We're at 4:50, and okay, so here's the information we have, Mike, out of this tornado warning. A tornado warning remains in effect for the next 10 minutes. Northwestern Henderson, southeastern Gibson, southwestern Carroll, and Madison counties. A thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was over. Let me correct myself. At 4:47, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Bargerton, 12 miles southeast of Milan, moving northeast at 50. Tornado and golf ball size hail reported by radar. So we continue to watch this, and radar is now indicating, well, it kind of caught me off guard there. It's a 1/4 inch less than a 3-inch size hail. So 2.75 is what's actually being returned.
A baseball, right?
It's a baseball size.
Oh, dear
yes.
God.
And that's showing that, I'm not sure.
In Milan? Oh, my God.
What happened there? But it
Oh, that's
lines
not
up
far
that.
from here.
That's what we were showing in the
Oh,
city
me.
of Jackson was baseball size hail at some point in the last little bit. But that's the latest on our tornado warning, which will be the only tornado warning in Tennessee. So they're going to continue this out until 5 o'clock and allow it to expire, and we'll see what happens at that point.
I just got a picture sent in on my cell phone from a friend of mine that lives out towards the Bemis area in South Jackson, and he sent me a picture of a cloud that basically
Had
that
what?
are down on the ground. Now, this was a little while ago, probably the one that was indicated on radar, and the ones you were getting messages about that had a funnel cloud or a tornado down in the in that Bemis area earlier. I've got some pictures of that. So yeah, it could.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it didn't drop down and hit houses in Bemis.
Tornado or funnel cloud, but who knows in these kind of systems.
Shoot me an email, and we'll throw it up on here if you want to.
Yeah, I'll forward the text over to you.
Yeah, that'll be good. what you're looking at now on ktweather.net. We're streaming over there live right now. We're also streaming
I wish I could see.
at WNWS.com, talkinwesttn.com. We're just all over the web, and that's okay. So, and you're probably also watching us on your Roku channel. That's right. It's coming up on the Drive at 5 here in a minute. So we're doing this wall-to-wall activity as long as these tornado warnings are affecting us. And Madison County has been under the tornado warning for the last, 35, 40 minutes here. And we continue to get information in, too. And I'm getting some, for now. That's right. And sometimes you even just have to answer them over the air, too. That's just how that's how it all plays out. And we do this in real time. So, if we're answering a half a dozen messages, and folks are asking questions too. And one of them is, where can we
Maybe
listen?
it's
Where can
past
we
here.
watch?
I'm thinking about going to the house and
And like I said, you can go to
see what's going on.
westtn.com. If you're in Madison County, you can go to our Facebook page. I believe it's streaming live over there.
I'll probably
There's,
make more videos
archive
because
versions.
there's
It's in the
more
process
coming.
of making too. Ken 10 Weather Network has been around for a while, so